So today we are going to be unboxing the Ledger Nano S Plus, a hardware wallet from Ledger, one of the most trusted names in the crypto hardware wallet industry. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, we want to thank Ledger for sending us the device, and we're looking forward to seeing what's included in the box of this Ledger Nano S Plus. So without further ado, let's prepare to unbox it. So just for some context, the Ledger Nano S Plus comes in a box that's just about the same size as previous Ledger boxes. We want to give you a little bit of a warning that when you, and we really can't stress this enough, when you receive your Ledger in the mail, make sure that the plastic wrap on the box or around the box has not been compromised. So let me show you. So we have this plastic wrap all around the box. We want to make sure it's not compromised, ripped, torn, anything of that nature, so we can begin with the unboxing. Won't do any damage. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pull that plastic off. Let's get that out of the way. Again, no tears in the plastic. That's all good. So here we have this metallic silver cover, and this kind of slips off. I'll slip it off in just a second. We have the black box underneath. So let's slip it off and see what we have here. All right, so let's see what we have on the back of the box here. So we have the text at the top, the Ledger Nano S Plus, the smartest way to secure, buy, and grow your crypto. So let's put this back down here. Okay, so let's dive in here and actually pull the top off of this box here. So it should kind of slide off, but let's do that. All right, so first we have, we'll slip this up here. Okay, so first we have this card here. Again, kind of a metallic silver, says trust yourself. This is kind of one of the core tenets of crypto, that you become your own bank, and this helps you manage the private keys or the password to your own bank. So that's one of our first cards there in the box. And here we are with the Ledger itself. Here's the device. And then here we have some paperwork that comes with the device. So let's first pull out the Ledger itself. Okay, very cool. It has some weight to it. Kind of looks like a USB drive. It kind of slides and swivels, but I'll come back to that in just a moment. We see underneath, it says ledger.com/start. That's where you'll go once you actually are ready to set up the device. And that's where you'll download Ledger Live and then follow the instructions for how to set the device up. But again, here we have the device. It looks like a USB stick, as I mentioned. It has this sort of metallic swivel cover, kind of gives it like a cool weight. We could see the size of it here. Let's switch it back over here though. So I haven't turned it on yet. I'll do that in a moment, but we see this plastic cover on the screen. Again, this is something that your device should come with. If you don't see the plastic cover when you get it, that would be a warning that maybe the device has been tampered with, which is not good. And also, like I said, I would almost feel, comfortable dropping this. It really is kind of a solid physical product, and something that I wouldn't mind sort of, throwing into a bag, having bounce around a little bit, mostly thanks to the cover here, this metallic cover on the stainless steel cover on the front of the device. So when you are ready to set up the device, you can actually pull this plastic off the device. Okay, comes off pretty easily. All right. That's that. This particular device needs to be connected to your desktop or to your laptop in order to be powered. So we're not going to turn the device on, but again, there's the screen, and there's where you would follow the directions once you start to set the device up through Ledger Live. Also, like the Ledger Nano S, the buttons are on top here. This is a little bit different with the Nano X, which is kind of the flagship model from Ledger. So the buttons here, we have the left and right buttons for scrolling and scrolling through the information on the device. All right, so let's take a look at some of the other items in the box here. All right, so this is your bright orange sort of warning color, right? Secret recovery sheet folder. This pops open. And then inside, we have a little message. This envelope contains a sheet to write your 24-word secret recovery phrase. Never share it with anyone. So that is a strong disclaimer, but I will say it might be worth maybe sharing 1 or 2 copies of this phrase with a very, very trusted family member or friend, just in the event that maybe the phrase that you keep in your possession on the premise where you live gets potentially damaged in a flood or in a fire. It is good to have this recovery phrase somewhere else, but obviously only with someone whom you trust very dearly. So please keep that in mind. So let's take a look at what's inside. You will write your 24-word seed phrase or recovery phrase, and I'll show you that in just a second. Let me take a look first. So on the sheet here, when we pop it open, we get space to write our 24 recovery words, right? So we have 1 of these here. I think there's 3 altogether. Here's the second one. Okay. And then I think here's our third one. So in that folder, we have our 3 recovery cards here. All right, so the next part, we're gonna take this little portion of the box out. We'll leave that over there for the time being. And then we have yet another folder. So it reads ledger.com/start. I think I showed you that before when I pulled the device out. And then we have a few other, I believe, instruction sheets in here. So you don't need anything besides Ledger Live and yourself too. We have a few different things you can do with Ledger Live, yourself, and obviously the Ledger device, I believe. Buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, and more. Send and receive crypto from other crypto platforms and friends. Exchange one crypto for another. Grow your assets by lending and staking them. Secure your NFTs and digital assets. Sell your crypto. So these are all things that you can do in conjunction with Ledger Live, which is the interface or the software that you will use when you plug your Ledger Nano S Plus into your laptop or desktop. So very cool. We have some information there. I'll put that down over here. So I'm not going to obviously read this, but this is our quick start guide. My guess is that this probably kind of accordions out. Yeah. So we get a lot here. Okay. All right. So we see, I think we have this written in like maybe 12 different languages here, which is very cool, very considerate on Ledger's part. Okay. All right. So the quick start guide in English. Very cool. That's that. Leave that over here. Okay. The use, care, and regulatory statement, if you'd like, we'll leave that there. Okay. And then we have here 2 Ledger stickers. A sort of maybe pro tip, if you will. Just my own sort of opinion. You might not want to slap these on the cover of your computer or something like that, only because it's usually best not to advertise that you have cryptocurrency. You don't really need any sort of unwanted attention that might come with that. So maybe just be sort of, maybe think twice before you slap this sticker on some sort of device that you might carry around with you in public. That being said, please do what you will with it. It's your device, it's your sticker. Enjoy yourself. Okay, so I'll leave that there. Actually, let's put all these back into our little folder here. So we have one last thing to pop out of the box here. I think we have this one other sort of false bottom looking thing. Oh, nothing in there. So let's take a look at what we have. This, I think, interesting. Man, how do we undo this little contraption here? I think we slide this part open here. Cool. What do we have? What last goodies do we have here? Let's leave that there. Okay, so actually I'll pop this on top of here for right now. We'll pop it back in. Our last 2 things here, I'll get to that in a second. So this is like a bit of a lanyard, keychain to keep your device on. Again, sort of pro tip. I wouldn't necessarily walk around town with this hanging off your belt or your keys. Not really the safest thing to do. This piece here is actually made really well. I would trust it, but maybe just to kind of throw on the device, and if you're throwing it in a bag or something, this might help you to retrieve it a little bit more easily. Not necessarily something I would flash around town though, or just keep on my keys. Again, just my own 2 cents there. All right, and then the last item in the box is here we have our USB cable. On one end, we have the standard USB cable. I think with the new Macs, I use a Mac, I think with those you'd have to get the adapter to plug this in to have it plug into your computer. And then on the other side here, this is the end that would go into your actual Ledger Nano S Plus device. I can actually show you that. So we could plug it in. This plugs in here. And again, the screen isn't going to pop on. We're not going to get into starting the device up in this particular demonstration, but I would then plug this into my computer, and that would give the device power for me to then start fiddling around with and setting up. So let me put that over here. Very cool. The USB cable seems to be made really well. Yeah, I've owned Ledger devices for years now. I've never had a problem with the device itself or the accessories that it's come with. So very cool stuff. So that basically brings us to everything here. We'll just take a look at the device, maybe compared to my iPhone. So I think actually this is an iPhone 8. Even if I were to kind of show you, the box size is just about the size of that. The actual sort of width of the device. So even if we take the device, it's just about the width of the phone if I put the cover back on it. Okay, it's exactly the width of the phone. Looks like my phone's a little beat up here, sorry about that. So that's the device there. Again, I would almost feel comfortable dropping it. Very, very kind of nice weight to it. Very solid device. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us for this unboxing of the Ledger Nano S Plus, and thank you again to Ledger for sending us the device. We truly hope that you found this helpful. Talk soon.